And here we are. Hey, it's Birdman, and I'm here in the town hall, the town of Pinetop Lakeside, with the mayor, Stephanie Irwin. How are you, Mayor?
I'm great, thanks. How are you tonight?
Good. So, of course, we're in interesting times with COVID-19. You'll see COVID-19 is the update. You just concluded an emergency meeting, and you adopted a proclamation that declared a state of emergency because of COVID-19.
Yes.
In general terms, what does this proclamation do?
This is somewhat of a proactive action on our part. By issuing this proclamation, we're going to be able to react more quickly to get the resources we might need. This will also enable our citizens and our town possibly to apply for some funding to help get us through this crisis. Right now, of course, we have no community spread in Pinetop Lakeside, but once again, it's a proactive thing and some things that we're going to be asking our businesses. It also allows us to close down public buildings such as the library. We are also suspending any activities in the community that are town-sponsored so that we are trying to protect our citizens.
Okay, I understand that, like you said, the town facilities and they've closed some events. And this is done basically because then we can ask for funds basically to help us, and it also puts everybody on the same page, correct?
Well, that's exactly right. And we've been in contact with other Navajo County mayors that we're all kind of doing something similar tailored to their own specific community. This also will allow us the latitude to not have to have a council meeting if we need to make a decision really quickly that impacts the safety of all of our community.
Okay. Now, many of the listeners out there and some of the restaurant owners and bar owners have specifically contacted me, have been a little antsy because of some things going on. So some cities and towns, they've ordered restaurants and bars not to allow dine-in, and they've even closed them completely. That's not the case in Pinetop Lakeside, correct? And can you clarify what you're asking local establishments to do?
That's exactly right. We are not closing down any establishments. We are encouraging them, however, to have more takeout options, curbside delivery, maybe even home delivery. If people are going to dine in, we're going to ask the restaurants to perhaps stagger the seating so that people are not right up next to one another. We're trying to keep that 6-foot social distancing that's been recommended. The other recommendation is possibly to only have 4 patrons at each table. Once again, this is for the safety of the citizens. Of course, then they need to make sure that they're doing best practices in terms of hygiene, employee distancing, and perhaps in their waiting areas not have so many people congregate in one area, just to avoid the contact.
Okay. Now, for the next few weeks, I understand the town council meetings will be closed to the public. The town does have a plan to live stream, is that correct?
We absolutely do. We will be live streaming all of our meetings on our Facebook page, and the public will have the opportunity to type in a question in the comment section of your Facebook, and we will be able to access those during our meetings and address your concerns. This is, once again, just for the safety of the community and the safety of our council and our staff, to be honest, as well.
Right. So as a resident yourself of the community, what other messages would you like your friends, neighbors, and your constituents to know?
So I've been thinking about that kind of all afternoon. In 2002, we had to completely shut down our community for the Rodeo Sky fire. We all evacuated, went different directions, families were split up. It was very traumatic. When we came back from that experience, I think a better community. We learned a lot of things from it. It taught us a lot of resilience, a lot of things that we needed to correct and do better. I'm hoping that we can look at it a little bit that way. I would encourage you, check on your neighbors. You don't necessarily have to go into their homes, but check on them. If you're going out for supplies, see if your elderly neighbors need something. Let's just make this a community effort to overcome the fear that we all have and come together and make it something that will be positive in the long run. And I truly believe in the resilience of our community, of the whole country. And I think that in the long run we will get through this. We just have to have these serious steps right now and make these hard decisions to protect the community.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate this. And hopefully that quells some fears that are out there. Hey, while you're sitting there in your home and socially distancing yourself, and you're on a computer anyways, go to the 2020 census website. Go ahead, fill out your census and complete it because you're going to have extra time. This is your home. This is where you live. So go ahead and do that now. And it's supposed to be done anyways. You got time to do it, so go fill out your census. Awesome.
That is fabulous advice. Thank you. Thank
Cool.
you. We appreciate
Hey,
that.
that's it. If you have questions and you have concerns, the telephone lines here are open. They're still working here, so call them. Please ask. No reason to go on social media and get too much excitement going on. Get things from vetted sources. That's the CDC. That's the health department. That's the hospital. So anything about the government, just call them directly.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Rob. Appreciate it.
And